Hello and welcome to another edition of Play Me or Fade Me. And thank you for joining us as always. Well, it is time for the Gas Tank Challenge show. And that means Chad in Florida is with me. And I'll tell you what, Chad, I had to dress up this week because I read some motivational books. I had to go to my Tony Robbins book. I had to check out a Dale Carnegie thing. You got to dress for success. And I'm like, Chad beat me for the first time in like 15, 16 gas tank challenges. He had a winning week. He hit his biggest play of the week. So I need to flip the script here. And that's why I'm just trying to get going with a good start here with the dressing for success. How are you doing, Chad?
Good. Well, you look great. And yes, I know I sent you that text after that big win, right? Sun was shining brighter. Birds were singing some beautiful songs that morning. Unfortunately, my euphoria didn't last too long, as I was quickly reminded I had how to send you Venmo right back the very next day. But hey, like you said, winning week, I'll take it. It feels good.
Yeah, nice work there. And yeah, the Oh Canada things that you sent me like 13, 14 times, I think that was a little overkill. But given your losing streak against me, I can understand it and I accepted it. But
I know. I got a little excited. I got excited.
yeah, I think we're head to head tonight. I already know that. So I can't wait to see what our gas tank challenge is going to be. But I will give you the honor since you had a winning week last week and hit your big play. Lead us off, Chad. What do you got?
All right. Well, I'm going to go to game 6, Thunder Spurs, and I'm going to take the under 220 and a half at a minus 116. So, first of two picks in this game. And yes, I'm going to go full contrarian here by taking the under. Listen, I get it. This has been an over series, but here's the thing about that 127-114 game 5 score. Everyone keeps referencing it. That game had insane shot making, transition buckets off turnovers, and an incredibly hot bench scoring from OKC. Playoff totals are notorious for overreacting to the most recent scoreline, especially heading into elimination games where you would think defenses have to tighten a little bit and pace might slow. But really, if I'm being honest here, this handicap comes down to one main thing. I'm backing the under in this game simply out of spite. Depending on the different sites you look at, there's somewhere between 70 and 80% of the money sitting right now on the over. And the moment I see the public piling onto something at that rate, my finger just slides toward the opposite button. So call it a contrarian, call it a character flaw. Action, you probably call it part of the reason why I'm losing so many gas tank challenges to you. And you probably might not be entirely wrong, but I'm going under anyway. So give me the under 220 and a half in game 6.
Okay. Well, I'm actually going to be in agreement with you. I'm going to bet a basketball under. It's just not going to be in the NBA. My first play is going to be in the WNBA. It's the Indiana Fever at the Golden State Valkyries under the 169 and a half at a minus 101. So I went back and forth in this game. The Fever beat the Valkyries last week by 8. The total of that one was 167 and a half, and the game went over with 172 points. That game was intense, to say the least. Okay. 4 technical fouls, 1 flagrant foul, and enough drama that it actually reminded me of a daytime soap opera back in the old days. I'm sure they'll call it tight early tonight to set the tone to avoid a repeat of the drama of the last game. But once the team settle in, I don't see the repeat of the 56 foul attempts that resulted in 45 points. I know the Fever can't guard a parked car, according to Lock Wagers, and I get that. But I'm going to roll the dice here with the under. And the latest injury report has Caitlin Clark listed as questionable, game time decision. So, yeah, let's go under Fever and Valkyries under the 169 and a half at the minus 101. Back to you, Chad, for pick number 2.
All right. Well, hopefully Clark plays in that game. I think I told you my father-in-law, all of a sudden, he's a huge WNBA fan because of Caitlin Clark. All of a sudden, found that out last week. So, all right.
A lot of people are these days, no doubt.
All right. So, second pick in the game 6, I'm going the Thunder plus 3.5 at a minus 110. Something tells me somebody might be on the opposite side here. Listen, everyone's talking about SGA, and I get it. He's been otherworldly, but the real story for me from game 5 was OKC's depth. Caruso looked like prime Klay Thompson. McCain came off the bench, dropped 20. The Thunder reserves have absolutely destroyed San Antonio's bench unit in this series, and that kind of advantage doesn't disappear for a closeout game. Now, on the other side, the Spurs basically need Wemby to play like a created player in NBA 2K every single night, and he absolutely can. What does Larry call him? Shohei Jr.? But OKC may have finally cracked that Wemby defensive code in game 5. Holmgren, Hartenstein, wings collapsing on the catch. They threw everything at him and held him to 4 for 15 from the field. So when you can force Wemby into a 4 for 15 night, have your bench go nuclear, that's a dangerous team. And once OKC gets you playing slow in the half court, it's Thunderball all day long. Now, someone on this podcast will probably say it's flip the script time, and we get a desperate home team narrative in the Spurs, and I get all that. But OKC went 34-7 on a road this season, and they have the best closer in the floor in SGA. And since you may ask, yes, this is my play. I tried to call Larry again this week, but I think he blocked me. Apparently, after the third time I cold called his class during a pop quiz to get their consensus on this OKC spread, I got blocked. But nonetheless, give me the Thunder plus 3.5, and I'll make it my play of the week.
Oh, you're making it the play of the week? So that means if we're doing a gas tank challenge and it's also my play of the week, that's a double gas tank challenge, right?
Oh boy.
Yeah, we're doubling this baby because, not so fast, my friend. It is flip the script time. Give me the Spurs at home minus the 3.5 against the Thunder. Chad just gave a great speech on why he should back the Thunder, but this game's in San Antonio. Closeout games are so difficult. This is a heavyweight series. It's destined to go 7. Give me some officials that want it to go to game 7 as well. Yes, I'm taking the Thunder. They get the job done. This thing's going the distance, not for 1, but for 2 units, and double up that gas tank challenge, my friend.
Okay. All right. I like it. I'm confident.
That's our first challenge. We got more to come probably.
Okay. So I need to address something before I make this next pick. So last week I went against the Orlando Storm, my hometown team, because I thought the playoff motivation angle was there for the other side. It was clearly not. My hometown team beat me. The city I live in, the team I should have been rooting for, went out there and made me look like an idiot. Not that that's too difficult to do. And of course, cost me a gas tank challenge with you. But anyway, I'm going back to the UFL, and I'm going to take Louisville Kings minus 2.5 against Columbus at a minus 105. So Louisville is 5-4 and fighting for the 4th and final UFL playoff spot. A win Sunday puts them in. Meanwhile, Columbus is 3-6 and already eliminated. So yes, there's that dirty motivation word again at play again this week. But Louisville was completely dead in the water earlier this year. Then they traded away Jason Bean. They handed the keys to Chandler Rogers, and this offense became unrecognizable in the best possible way. Since Rogers took over, they've gone 4-1, and they're averaging 30 points a game. Plus, they added James Robinson, a former NFL running back, who apparently remembered he used to be really good at football, and he's led the UFL in rushing since week 5. So we've got the league's hottest offense playing for everything, and I'm laying less than a field goal. I'll take it. Give me the Kings minus 2.5.
Okay, UFL for you. And I think they have a good kicker because I think I bet an under on them, and he made like a 60-yarder, a 63-yarder, a 58-yarder, a 57-yarder. So that should help you too. So let's go Kings in that one. I'm going to stay in the UFL because I have fond memories of the UFL now because I won a gas tank challenge against Chad last week, as he said. I'm actually going back to the same game. It's the DC Defenders on the money line against the Orlando Storm at the plus 102. This one's not going to be played till Sunday, but since Chad brought up the UFL, I figure I'll bring it out right now. Both teams are in the playoffs. Chad may not know that, but they're already both in. The Storm beat the Defenders last week in Orlando, and I got to cash a ticket and got to beat Chad on the Gas Tank Challenge if I hadn't mentioned that yet. Orlando has clinched a home playoff game, so there's absolutely nothing to play for Orlando. DC is in the playoffs, but their quarterback went down with an injury, and they need to get their backup, Spencer Sanders, going before the playoffs. He's just 17 of 36 in the air, no touchdowns. Yeah, DC has something to play for. What they need to play for is to get the offense clicking, get the quarterback confidence going into the playoffs. So this one's an easy one for me. I'll take the DC Defenders on the money line against Chad's Orlando Storm at the plus 102. What do you think about that handicap, Chad? Did I mention I won that one last week?
I was just going to say, are you sure you remember to mention that you beat me in that? Okay, you did.
Okay, I met my quota on that one. So if Larry's counting out there somewhere in LA, I did hit my quota on that one.
And where else can you get the in-depth UFL breakdown like you can on this podcast between two guys that probably don't know much about UFL, but it sounds like we do. All right, so I'm going to go for my fourth pick. again, someone, and you know who you are, absolutely demolished my Yerfie mojo this season. So I've got a pivot, full reset. I'm channeling my inner Kyle today, and I'm going to go Nerfy in the Cubs Pirates game Thursday night at a minus 135. So here's my case. Paul Skeens is coming off back-to-back rough starts, and that's actually what makes me like this Nerfy. In his last outing against Toronto, Skeens gave up a leadoff home run to George Springer on an 0-2 pitch. That Blue Jays game followed a May 15th start versus the Phillies, where he allowed 5 earned runs in 5 innings. So that result is usually a guy who comes out hyper-controlled, locked in from pitch 1 in his next start. Meanwhile, on the other side for the Cubs, you have Colin Ray, who's been getting shelled in the middle innings, the 4th and 5th. But his early inning stuff has actually been genuinely effective. He's actually gone 4 for 5 on clean first innings during his last 5 starts, even when the rest of the game falls apart. So we've got 2 pitchers who are both incentivized for maybe different reasons to start sharp. So I'll take the Nerfy at a minus 135.
I actually don't hate that play, and I like Nerfies on the show, so I'm not going to disagree with you on that one. No gas tank challenge. Scares me a little bit. Cubby's got the bats going, but it is Skeens. I think that's a bounce back spot. Pirates in the bottom half. Watch out. That 6th out could be challenging for you, but we'll find out. Okay, I'm going to go to the diamond as well. We'll go to Major League Baseball, and I'm going to take the Chicago White Sox on the money line against my Minnesota Twins at the minus 110. I normally don't touch money lines on the show because I do the baseball show in the morning on YouTube, but the Twins push back Taj Bradley to Friday, so their starter here on Thursday is to be determined. Meanwhile, the White Sox are sending out Davis Martin to the hill. He's 7-1 on the season, a 2.04 ERA, and a 1.02 whip. Computer numbers will adjust overnight, but as of the moment, the implied odds that I use have the White Sox at a minus 116. So I do have 6 cents of value, so I can justify the play. I don't like the Twins in the spot here on Thursday. Yeah, the White Sox just pounded the Twinkies on Wednesday night, so they're up 2-1 in the series. 4th game, can the Twins tie it? I don't think so with Davis Martin on the mound. Give me the White Sox on the money line over Minnesota at the minus 110. Back to you, Chad, for your final pick.
All right. I'm going money line as well in Major League Baseball. So it'll be interesting to see if you've done your early stats and analysis where it lines up here. But I'm going Toronto Blue Jays on the money line at a plus 118. And folks, it's Patrick Corbin Day, which shockingly might actually not be the death sentence it used to be. So my apologies to my buddy Dan. But like I said, I'm taking the Blue Jays on the money line Thursday against Baltimore. And dare I say, Corbin is peaking? Okay, so it was just one start, but last Saturday against Pittsburgh, he did go 6 full innings for the first time all season, struck out a season-high 7 batters and allowed 1 run. He hadn't been able to finish 5 frames in either of his first 2 starts before that. Now, look, Corbin is Corbin. He puts runners on. He's not going to go deep into this game, so if the bullpen blows up, so does this ticket. But as a money line play on a pitcher in form against a broken offense, I'll take it. Also, the O's just swept the Rays, and thanks for that, by the way, from this Yankees fan. But the Blue Jays have won 6 of their last 8, and these teams are separated by 1 game in the standings, and yet Baltimore is priced like they have a meaningful edge. Hopefully you don't tell me that they do. But so I see that there's value, so give me the Blue Jays at a plus 118.
I've not touched any other game yet, so I can't say it, but I will gladly send you a note in the morning saying, not so fast, my friend, if we're going to have a gas tank challenge on that one, but that's to be determined. My final wager is actually going to be a Friday event. It's in college baseball. It's Liberty on the money line against Boston College at the minus 120. It's tournament time. Yeah, NCAA college baseball playoffs are underway. Boston College is the number 2 seed. Liberty is the number 3 seed in the Athens, Georgia bracket. First ever meeting between the 2 schools. The Flames, however, did play 9 games against ACC teams this year, going 4-5. So the teams do have several common opponents. But this handicap is based off of one simple thing. I'm outsourcing it. I went to the Discord. I looked out there. T. Steiny, who is up like 130 units for the year in college baseball, he's on Liberty. The other great college baseball mind of the Discord, LWO Sports, Dan in Maryland, he's on Liberty. If those 2 guys like Liberty, I like Liberty. So give me Liberty on the money line over Boston College at the minus 120. Those guys watch college baseball like 24/7. I talked to T. Steiny, and once again, I talked to his wife, and he watches like 9 hours a day. I don't think he works anymore. He just watches college baseball. Oh, Chad, Yeah,
Yes,
that's our
as soon
card.
as I heard you were going college baseball, I was like, "Well, I know you outsourced that one. Was it to which one?" And apparently it was both. So yeah, I love that play.
Yeah, I mean, hey, I will admit I'm not the smartest guy in the room. I try to use my resources, though. That's what I try to do. Okay, now I have to be smart enough to actually bring the thing back up on the screen so you can recap your card. Let's see if this works. Go ahead and recap your card, Chad.
All right. So in game 6, 2 plays. I've got the under 220.5 at a minus 116. And then the big one, the double gas tank challenge. I'm on the Thunder plus 3.5. And then in the UFL, we've got the Louisville Kings minus 2.5 at a minus 105. And then the Nerfy in the Cubs Pirates game. I've got that Nerfy at a minus 135. And then Blue Jays money line at a plus 118. And that's on Better Edge.
Okay, very nice. My official card, I have the Spurs minus the 3.5 for the 2 units double gas tank challenge at the minus 101. I'll take the White Sox to the money line at the minus 110. I got the Fever, the Valkyries under the 169 at the minus 101. I have a Liberty in college baseball on the money line Friday at the minus 120. And then on Sunday, I have the DC Defenders money line at a plus 102 against Orlando. And by the way, I did win a gas tank challenge on that one last week. Do you want to double up on that one? Do you want an opportunity to get your money back, Chad, or no?
No, I don't. I
No,
don't like.
you're
I
good
don't.
with
I don't like the
the
Orlando
double up.
side. No.
Okay, okay. So just one double gas tank challenge this week for us. You got a Yankees hat on. The Yankees, decent week for you, right? You doing
Good
well in
week.
Kansas City?
Good week against Kansas City. I like Cole's back. He's looking good these first 2 starts, so very positive.
Okay, nothing negative from you. Are you going to have a back-to-back winning weeks other than that Spurs play?
Yes. Yeah, let's be confident. I think we're going to do it. I like it. I like the card. Love the Thunder play. And yeah, I'm feeling good this week. Let's hope we can keep it up.
Okay. Well, hey, anybody watching on YouTube, comment in the notes if you like Spurs or Thunder, and also comment who dressed the best on this show for me. I just want validation. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Until we meet again, manage that bankroll. Don't chase money. Have fun. And let's cash some tickets together. Good luck, everyone.